In today's video, I'm going to be doing a foundation. Somebody help me! Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been like a hot second since I filmed, so I feel like I'm a little bit rusty and I'm trying to get used to it all again. It seems a bit mad to be almost nervous to film considering I've done this for like 3 years, but I am, and it's so weird, but I feel like when you've had a break from filming, it just feels a bit like a new experience every time you turn the camera back on. Yeah, so the fan is on. I would turn it off, but then I don't think I'd be able to do this video because I would most likely just overheat, so please try and ignore it. I'll try and speak a bit louder to compensate, and hopefully I'm not just like shouting in your face, because who wants that? Do you know what I mean? In today's video, I'm going to be doing a foundation comparison video for no other reason, honestly, than to satisfy my own curiosity. I've got 2 shades of the same foundation, and actually not just with this foundation, but also with one from the Body Shop. So depending on how this video goes down, I might do a I guess a follow-up with that foundation. I'm not actually too sure what the title is currently, but the foundation I'm going to be comparing is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This one is in a glass bottle and this one is in a plastic tube because I got this one in America and this one is from here. But they're the same foundation, it's literally just the packaging that's different. So this one is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade Coconut and it's number 355. And then this one is the same one, Fit Me foundation, but it's 360 Mocha. So this is what they look like side by side. And I remember when this foundation came out, every black YouTuber that tried this out tried the shade Coconut. In more recent months or years, they've actually extended the shade range. But back then, Coconut was pretty much the darkest one you could get, like more freely. Mocha was a little bit harder to come by in the stores. I was actually in Seattle a few years back and that's when I first tried this foundation and I love it. Anyway, Coconut was pretty much the shade that was being worn by all the darker YouTubers that were road testing this foundation back then. I actually didn't buy Coconut myself, my cousin bought it for me. I figured it was too light for me, so whenever I wore it I would automatically mix it with another foundation. It literally wasn't until the other day that I wore it by itself and I was kind of mystified that it fit my skin tone. Even though the YouTubers I've seen use it had kind of varied skin tones, I'm still surprised that it worked on me for some reason. I'm gonna do the whole one shade on this side and one shade on the other and we're gonna see what it looks like. Just from looking at it in the packaging, I would say that this one has a more neutral to cool undertone and this one has more red undertones, and I think personally that I have red undertones. That's why I feel like this one is a better match for me. But the whole point of this video is to compare these 2 shades, so that's what we're finna do. I've actually just got my eyebrows on and I've concealed them a little bit. I've also already primed my face with the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. I've actually recently started using that primer and so far so good. I'm thinking of doing a review video on that. Before I opened the Ordinary Primer, I was using the Rimmel Lasting Finish Primer. I'm thinking I might do a little comparison video with those 2. Before we get into that one, maybe I should, you know, make a proper start on this one. That was a long-winded intro, my god. Okay, I've zoomed you in a little bit so that we can get this started. I'm going to be using 2 different foundation brushes just so I don't mix the colours. So on my left side I'll put Coconut and on my right side I'm going to put Mocha. I think that's probably going to be reversed in the camera, so just so you know, Coconut, Mocha. I'm going to use my trusty Eco Tools Stippling brush to apply Coconut. I'm going to do my best to apply the same amount of foundation on each side just for consistency. I've not colour corrected or anything, it's essentially just my bare face aside from the primer. So when I first apply it, it looks quite light. When I blend it in, I find it gets quite, I don't know, it just matches my face quite well. I feel like there's going to be almost a clear line down my face. I'm going to try and not go too far over to the right side of my face when I apply it to my nose. See, like so far it looks crazy, I'll be honest. See, that doesn't look so bad, right? Once it's blended out, I'm gonna use my little widow's peak as a guideline there. That doesn't look terrible. Honestly, Mocha is the perfect shade for me. The fact that it doesn't look wild is wild to me. There might be a little bit of crossover in the center of my face. So that is Coconut. Right now you can, obviously because the side of my face is bare, you can see the line a little bit. This is fun. I'm having a whale of a time. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with Mocha on my eye. My eyes go in. I really don't want tears streaking my foundation. Let me turn the fan down. That should help with the blustery sounds on the background a little bit as well. So, Mocha now. This one is immediately redder. You can see it. You know what I should have done? I should have dotted it on both sides and then blended one side in at a time. Hindsight, man. Hindsight. I prefer my other brush. I got this one in a set that I got at Christmas last year before actually, it wasn't quite last year. I feel like I may have applied a little bit more on this side than my left side. First impressions, I feel like this side already looks richer almost than the other side. It's easier to get my nose with this brush. I don't know if it's just because I'm not wearing my glasses or if it's just because I'm sat at a distance, but even though I just said this side looks richer, from here, like straight on, I almost can't tell a difference. I don't know if you can see what I mean, but like, can you actually spot a difference between these two foundations? It's quite difficult to apply the exact same amount of foundation to both sides of my face when each foundation is in completely different packaging. I almost feel like this side, the coconut foundation, I almost feel like it has almost slightly less coverage on this side. I don't know if that's like a reach, but it feels like, or maybe I just have more visible hyperpigmentation on this side, I don't know, but I feel like I can see my skin through it more clearly than I can on this side. See what I mean? Or maybe I just happen to apply less on this side, I don't know. Strange, isn't it? Honestly, I feel like what I've taken from this video is that I can wear both shades of this foundation comfortably. Neither one looks like, oh, does she do her makeup in the dark? Do you know what I mean? And this is what they look like without colour corrector and without powder and setting, not that setting spray changes the colour or anything, but it changes the finish. I'm gonna just quickly set my face and everything and I'll be back in 2 ticks. Alright, back again. I've kept it relatively simple. I only added a little bit of concealer under my eyes and along my nose, set my face with some powder and added some highlighter. I honestly feel like if I didn't mention it, no one would be able to tell that I've got 2 different shades of foundation on my face right now. It's almost seamless. Like, no word of a lie, I cannot tell a difference between the 2 sides. Like, I feel like if you looked very, very closely, and mind you, I obviously now have concealer and powder on, you might say that this side of my face is ever so slightly more yellow than this side of my face. But I feel like you'd have to have a very well-trained eye to pick that up. I could walk down the street and no one would bat an eyelid right now because there's nothing to look at really. There's nothing unusual about my face. Like, before starting this video, I honestly expected to see such a clear line down the center of my face where the 2 foundations met. There's nothing of the sort and I'm honestly just a little bit blown away. I'm gonna have to start using coconut more often now because there's no reason not to. Well, that's the end of this video, guys. Short and sweet. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, like and leave me a comment. Check out some of my other videos if you haven't yet. There would have been some popping up throughout this video on the cards and there should be some on the screen. Yeah, honestly, not too much else to say. Thanks again for watching and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye! This is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade Coconut and that is number 33. No.